Hello again, and welcome to my talk for today. People sometimes ask me what I believe about God. In the very first week of it becoming clear that COVID-19 was going to be a major issue in our world, I wrote a prayer to be used in the diocese by anyone who wished. It begins, "Gracious God, thank you that you are over all, in all, and through all." Those lines basically sum up what I believe. God is gracious. In other words, God gives. The most obvious way is in the self-giving, co-suffering love which we find in Christ. But there's so much more. The gifts of life and food and intellect and friendship, we could go on and compile a huge list of things that we receive. The second part of the first line of the prayer shows the influence that Christian Celtic spirituality has had on me over the years. That sense of the limitlessness of God. There is nowhere where God is not. Reading the words of St. Patrick's breastplate takes us further into this understanding. What I have come to believe more and more strongly over the years is that there is nothing in this world of which God is unaware, and nothing in which he is uninvolved. You may well say, well, why didn't you know that all along? It's not a question I can easily answer. All I can say is that my view of God was limited. Not in the sense that I didn't see him as ruler of all. I think it was what I understood of him as someone who was further away from the day-to-day than I think of him now. To put it in theological terms, my understanding of God as transcendent outweighed my sense of God as immanent. Transcendent being overall, immanent being close at hand. What this has done has also changed my view of good. The ultimate act of good in the cosmos comes from the action of God in Christ, providing the way of salvation because of his love for us. And as the prayer book says, and all other benefits of his passion. The Church continues that work of God in that we join in with the mission of God. What I've come to understand is that God also works to inspire good beyond the confines of the Church. In the news today, I've seen two examples of this type of good. The first one was in today's Daily Gleaner in Fredericton, where seniorsgivingback.org, a platform to help seniors to give to local charities, was mentioned. It came out of the idea that some didn't need the $300 payment made to those on OAS. The second idea was reported on CBC Newsworld this morning. 80 millionaires across the world have written to their respective governments under the banner Millionaires for Humanity. They are asking to pay more tax to help in this time of pandemic. For many of us, things like this are out of our reach. What I see, though, is God working for good in his world, and people responding to God's image in which we are all made, whether we know it or not. Once again, thank you very much for being with me today. I trust that things are going well with you, and God bless. Stay safe.